As Gautama Buddha once wisely said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger." In this video, we delve into the timeless wisdom of Zen Buddhism, seeking to understand how we can navigate life's inevitable storms with grace and tranquility. Join me as we unravel the principles that guide us toward acting as if nothing bothers us, drawing inspiration from the teachings of the Enlightened One himself. Let's embark on this journey together towards a state of profound serenity and equanimity. Let's begin with Principle 1, Understanding Impermanence. One of the foundational principles in Buddhism that guides us towards serenity is the understanding of impermanence. In Buddhist philosophy, impermanence, or anicca in Pali, reflects the idea that all conditioned things is in a constant state of flux. Everything we experience, whether a physical object, a thought, or even our emotions, is transient, continually changing, and will ultimately pass away. This awareness of impermanence plays a crucial role in how we relate to the world around us. It teaches us to hold lightly to outcomes, experiences, and possessions. When we deeply understand that nothing we encounter has a permanent state, our attachment to specific results or desires begins to lessen. We realize that clinging to anything is futile and only leads to suffering. This is a core teaching in Buddhism known as dukkha, or suffering, which often arises from our attachments and desires. By internalizing the truth of impermanence, we cultivate a mindset that is more adaptable and less affected by change. For example, consider the moments when we experience disappointment or loss. While these feelings are natural, the knowledge that these states are temporary and will change gives us the strength to endure them more peacefully. It encourages a detachment that is not about disengaging or indifference, but about maintaining a balanced emotional state regardless of circumstances. Therefore, embracing impermanence allows us to live more fully in the present moment. It liberates us from the past and the constant anxiety about the future, enabling us to engage with life as it unfolds with calm acceptance. This practice of detachment from outcomes does not mean we do not care about the results of our actions. Rather, it means we are prepared to accept any result with equanimity and grace, fully aware that this, too, shall pass. By adopting this mindset, we can navigate life's ups and downs with a greater sense of peace, reducing the impact of stress and anxiety, and fostering a deeper resilience against the inevitable changes of life. Principle 2, Embracing Acceptance. Building on our understanding of impermanence, the next step towards serenity is embracing acceptance. Acceptance, in the Buddhist context, is a profound acknowledgement of things as they are, without trying to change or resist them. It's about observing life and all its facets with openness and equanimity, regardless of whether they align with our personal desires or expectations. Acceptance is crucial because much of our discontent stems from a mismatch between our expectations and reality. When things do not go as planned, our typical response is resistance or frustration. However, resisting the reality of the present moment only leads to more suffering. By accepting things as they are, we minimize the conflict within ourselves and with our surroundings, making room for a more peaceful existence. This principle does not imply passive resignation or giving up on making positive changes. Rather, it's about recognizing and accepting the current state of affairs as your starting point. From there, you can make more informed and effective decisions about how to respond. For instance, if we face a challenging situation, acceptance allows us to see it clearly and calmly assess our options. In contrast, if we are in denial or angry about the situation, our judgment is clouded, and our decisions may be reactionary rather than thoughtful. Moreover, accepting the present moment without judgment involves letting go of the inner critic that labels experiences as good or bad. This non-judgmental stance frees us from a lot of mental noise and turmoil. It allows us to experience life more fully, engaging with the richness of each moment without the overlay of excessive critique or analysis. By fostering an attitude of acceptance, we open ourselves up to experiences in a way that can lead to greater wisdom and compassion, both for ourselves and others. In practice, embracing acceptance means observing our emotions and thoughts as they arise, acknowledging them without attachment, and allowing them to pass without getting entangled in them. This approach can transform our interaction with life, turning every moment into an opportunity for growth and peace. Principle 3. Cultivating Equanimity. As we delve deeper into our exploration of Zen wisdom, we encounter the vital practice of cultivating equanimity. Equanimity, or UPA in P, refers to a state of psychological stability and composure that remains undisturbed by the experience or exposure to emotions, pain, or other phenomena that may disrupt the balance of the mind. It stands as one of the most profound achievements on the path to enlightenment and is central to acting as if nothing bothers us. To cultivate equanimity is to foster a balanced mind that remains stable and calm, regardless of external circumstances. However, this doesn't mean being indifferent or uncaring about outcomes. Instead, it's about maintaining an inner peace and calmness that doesn't sway with life's inevitable highs and lows. One effective way to cultivate equanimity is through mindfulness meditation. By regularly practicing mindfulness, we can observe our thoughts and feelings without becoming entangled in them. This practice helps us recognize that these are merely transient states that come and go. As we develop a deeper understanding of impermanence, our attachment to particular outcomes weakens and our equanimity strengthens. Another key aspect is understanding and accepting the nature of cause and effect, often referred to as karma in Buddhism. By realizing that all actions have consequences and accepting these consequences as part of the natural order of things, we can remain calm in the face of adversity. This acceptance helps us respond to situations with a clear mind and a compassionate heart, rather than reacting out of emotion. Lastly, it's important to cultivate a compassionate outlook toward oneself and others. This helps mitigate feelings of anger and frustration when things don't go as planned. Compassion allows us to see the struggles of life not as personal affronts, but as universal experiences that connect us all. It's from this place that true equanimity arises, seeing and accepting the ups and downs of life with a compassionate, balanced, and undisturbed mind. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we begin to see the fruits of equanimity. A balanced mind not only improves our own state of being, but also enhances our interactions with others, contributing to a more harmonious environment around us. Principle 4. Practicing mindfulness. As we continue to explore the principles of Zen wisdom to achieve serenity, the fourth principle centers on the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness, a cornerstone of Buddhist teaching, is the intentional, non-judgmental focus of one's attention on the emotions, thoughts, and sensations occurring in the present moment. It is a powerful tool for maintaining connectivity with our current experience, allowing us to remain fully present and grounded even amidst life's chaos. Mindfulness can be cultivated through various practices, but most commonly through meditation. Meditation involves sitting quietly and paying attention to thoughts, sounds, the sensations of breathing, or parts of the body. The practice trains us to observe our experiences without reacting to them automatically. By doing so, we can gain a clearer understanding of how our minds work and learn to direct our attention where we choose. This ability to focus and redirect our thoughts is a crucial skill in maintaining mental and emotional equilibrium. Beyond formal meditation, mindfulness can be integrated into daily activities. It's about maintaining this quality of presence in everything we do, whether it's eating, walking, talking, or listening. For instance, when you are eating, you can focus on the texture and flavor of the food, fully immersing yourself in the experience of eating, rather than eating mindlessly while distracted by the television or your smartphone. This practice helps to slow down the pace of our busy lives, allowing us to appreciate the moment and react more calmly to potential stressors. The benefits of practicing mindfulness are profound. Studies have shown that regular mindfulness practice can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. It enhances our ability to cope with adverse events and conditions by fostering a space between stimulus and response. In this space lie our freedom and our power to choose our response. In situations where we might typically react impulsively, mindfulness provides us with the clarity and presence of mind to choose a more considered approach. Furthermore, mindfulness helps us to recognize the transient nature of our thoughts and emotions. By regularly observing our thoughts as temporary events, we are less likely to get entangled in them. This detachment allows us to deal with difficult situations with greater calmness and resilience, reflecting the serene equanimity of mind that is not easily disturbed by the ups and downs of life. In essence, the practice of mindfulness offers us a way to live more consciously and fully, enhancing our engagement with the world in a deeply enriching manner. As we deepen our mindfulness practice, we naturally cultivate the other aspects of Zen wisdom, paving the way toward true serenity and peace. Principle 5. Letting go of attachment. In our journey through Zen wisdom, we arrive at a principle crucial to achieving inner peace: letting go of attachment. Attachment, in the Buddhist sense, refers to the tendency to cling to people, objects, or experiences, with the belief that they are key to our happiness and identity. However, this cling can often lead to suffering because, as we've discussed, everything in life is impermanent. When changes inevitably occur, attachment can cause us pain and hinder our ability to cope with life's natural ebb and flow. Attachment can manifest in many forms, whether it's a deep-seated attachment to material possessions, relationships, a prestigious job, or even specific outcomes in life. The root of the issue is the same. When we define our happiness or worth by these attachments, any threat to them can create disproportionate fear, stress, and sadness. For instance, if someone is overly attached to professional success, a minor setback at work might cause excessive anxiety and despair, impacting overall well-being. The process of letting go of these attachments doesn't mean we must abandon our possessions or relationships. It means changing our relationship with them so that our happiness and peace are not solely dependent on them. This shift involves understanding the transient nature of all things and embracing the freedom that comes with this understanding. Letting go empowers us to live with a lighter heart and greater freedom. When we release our grasp on the need for things to be a certain way, we open ourselves to a broader range of experiences and emotions. This freedom is not about indifference, but about flexibility and openness to change. It allows us to experience life in its fullness without the constant fear of loss overshadowing our experiences. Practically, letting go can begin with mindfulness exercises that help us observe how attachment arises in our thoughts and feelings. By noticing how we react when we believe something is crucial for our happiness, we can start to question this belief and gradually loosen its hold on us. Additionally, meditation focused on impermanence can help us internalize the temporary nature of all phenomena, easing the process of detachment. Ultimately, letting go of attachment leads to a profound sense of peace and liberation. It fosters an inner stability and contentment that does not fluctuate with external circumstances. This is the essence of true freedom, freedom from the confines of our clinging minds, enabling us to face life's uncertainties with equanimity. Principle 6. Honoring non-attachment. Having explored the practice of letting go of attachment, we now delve into the deep and equally transformative principle of non-attachment. Non-attachment is an essential teaching in Buddhism that serves as a direct path to inner peace and enlightenment. It involves cultivating a state where we enjoy life's pleasures without becoming entwined in them, where we can experience pain without being defined by it, and where we engage deeply in life without letting our experiences dictate our inner peace. Non-attachment is often misunderstood. It does not mean disengagement from the world or neglecting our duties and relationships. Instead, it involves fully participating in life, but with wisdom that understands the fleeting nature of all experiences. This understanding allows us to remain detached from the highs and lows of emotional responses, fostering a steady and serene mind. The practice of non-attachment encourages us to find satisfaction not from external conditions, but from our own inner state of being. When we stop relying on external sources for our happiness or sense of identity, we gain a profound freedom and independence of spirit. This shift is crucial in our modern world, where external validation and material success are often seen as primary indicators of worth and fulfillment. Non-attachment helps us counter these pervasive cultural narratives, freeing us from societal pressures and allowing us to define our own paths. Furthermore, non-attachment aligns closely with the idea of living in the present moment. By not clinging to past experiences or future desires, we are free to experience the present fully and without bias. This presence is where true peace resides, allowing us to engage with life authentically, responding to situations with clarity and purpose, rather than reacting based on past conditioning or future fears. To cultivate non-attachment, one practical approach is through regular meditation practice, focused on observing our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This practice helps develop the awareness that our thoughts and emotions are transient and do not define us. Over time, this awareness becomes ingrained, and non-attachment naturally arises. By honoring the principle of non-attachment, we not only achieve a greater sense of peace and calm, but also empower ourselves to act with compassion and wisdom. It teaches us the art of letting life flow naturally, without forcing or resisting, which is the essence of living in harmony with the world around us. Non-attachment is thus not merely a personal benefit, but a profound contribution to the collective well-being, creating ripples of peace and stability in our interconnected lives. Principle 7. Fostering compassion. Among the principles guiding our path to Zen wisdom, the seventh principle of fostering compassion emerges as a cornerstone in the cultivation of inner peace and external harmony. Compassion in Buddhism is not just an emotional response, but a fundamental aspect of spiritual practice, emphasizing the deep interconnectedness of all beings and the commitment to alleviate suffering wherever it is found. Compassion is the natural outcome of seeing oneself in others. When we recognize that others suffer just as we do, and that their suffering is as real and poignant as our own, we naturally feel compelled to alleviate it. This empathy goes beyond mere sympathy to an active, engaged form of care. It is about making a conscious effort to support, help, and understand others, regardless of our differences. This principle teaches us that every individual we encounter is fighting their own battles, often invisible to us. By fostering compassion, we start to view each person's actions through a lens of understanding rather than judgment. This shift not only enhances our relationships, but also deepens our emotional resilience, enabling us to deal with life's challenges with a greater sense of calm and perspective. Moreover, cultivating compassion extends beyond individual interactions. It involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all life and seeing ourselves as part of a larger whole. This recognition can dramatically shift how we interact with the world, leading us to live more sustainably and considerately of how our actions affect us, not just other people, but also animals and the environment. Practically, fostering compassion can start with simple daily practices such as mindful listening. When someone speaks, try to really hear what they are saying rather than planning your next response or judgment. This practice can extend to more formal methods like metta or loving-kindness meditation, where we systematically cultivate our wish for the well-being of others, starting from ourselves and extending outwards to include all sentient beings. Ultimately, fostering compassion enriches our lives, making us more aware and appreciative of the complex web of life we are a part of. It softens our hearts and opens us up to a more profound connection with the world, transforming our experiences and interactions into more meaningful and rewarding encounters. Principle 8. Forgiving yourself and others. Moving forward in our exploration of Zen wisdom, the eighth principle to embrace is the practice of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a profound force for healing and peace, both for oneself and in one's relationships with others. It involves releasing resentment and bitterness, allowing us to find tranquility and move on from past hurts. Forgiveness is often seen as a gift to the one who wronged us, but in reality, it is equally a gift to ourselves. Holding on to anger and grudges binds us to the past and keeps us in a cycle of pain and reactivity. By choosing to forgive, we break this cycle and liberate ourselves from the burden of negative emotions that sap our energy and cloud our happiness. It's important to note that forgiving does not mean forgetting or excusing the harm done to us. Rather, it means letting go of the grip that this harm has on our heart. The practice of forgiveness begins with a simple yet profound shift in perspective. Instead of clinging to our narrative of victimhood, we can choose to see the situation with new eyes. This can involve understanding the circumstances that led others to act as they did, recognizing that everyone is capable of making mistakes, and acknowledging that they, too, are suffering in their own ways. This doesn't diminish the wrong or negate the need for accountability, but it allows us to approach the situation with empathy and compassion. Forgiving ourselves is equally important in this process. Often we are our own harshest critics, and we hold on to guilt and regret longer than necessary. Learning to forgive ourselves is crucial for mental and emotional health. It involves recognizing that we did the best we could with the knowledge and resources available to us at the time. Self-forgiveness opens the door to self-compassion, which is essential for healing and growth. To cultivate forgiveness, one can engage in meditative practices that focus on forgiveness. These practices can help soften our hearts and open us up to forgiveness even when it feels difficult. They involve visualizing those we need to forgive, including ourselves, and sending thoughts of goodwill and peace towards them. Over time, these practices can transform our inner landscape, replacing old wounds with new peace and understanding. In conclusion, forgiveness is a powerful principle that promises freedom and peace. It enables us to move forward unencumbered by resentment and to live our lives with a lighter, more open heart. By forgiving ourselves and others, we embrace a life of harmony and contentment. Principle 9. Surrendering to the flow of life. In our exploration of Zen wisdom, we now arrive at a vital principle that embodies a deep trust in the unfolding of life, surrendering to the flow of life. This principle encourages us to let go of our need to control every aspect of our existence and to trust in the natural progression of events. Surrendering isn't about giving up action or responsibility. It's about releasing our grip on the illusion of control and embracing life's inherent unpredictability with grace and resilience. Surrendering to the flow of life requires a fundamental shift in perspective. It asks us to acknowledge that despite our best efforts, we cannot control everything that happens to us. This realization can initially feel unsettling, but it ultimately frees us from the constant stress and anxiety of trying to manage the uncontrollable. When we surrender, we open ourselves to experiencing life as it truly is, not as we think it should be. This openness can lead to profound experiences of joy and discovery that rigid control never allows. Trusting the natural flow of life also means being adaptable and responsive to changes as they come. It involves recognizing opportunities even in the guise of obstacles and learning from every situation. By accepting and adapting to the reality in front of us, we align ourselves more closely with our surroundings and find peace in the acknowledgement that we are part of a larger dynamic system. To cultivate this surrender, mindfulness and meditation are invaluable tools. They teach us to observe our thoughts and reactions without getting entangled in them, providing a clearer perspective on what is within our control and what is not. Through consistent practice, we learn to stay present and grounded, even when circumstances are difficult or uncertain. Furthermore, embracing the flow of life doesn't mean passivity or lack of initiative. It means acting with awareness, intention, and acceptance of the outcome, whatever it may be. This approach empowers us to live more fully, taking thoughtful actions without being overly attached to the results, and embracing successes and failures with equal calmness and acceptance. In conclusion, surrendering to the flow of life is about cultivating trust, not just in the world around us, but in ourselves and our ability to adapt and thrive in the face of whatever life throws our way. By embracing this principle, we can navigate life with a sense of peace and confidence, secure in the knowledge that we are part of the beautiful, ever-changing tapestry of existence. Principle 10. Embodying gratitude. As we continue to delve into the transformative principles of Zen wisdom, the 10th principle we explore is embodying gratitude. Gratitude is more than a fleeting feeling of thankfulness. It is a profound practice that shifts our perspective, enhances our appreciation of life, and fosters deep and lasting contentment. By actively practicing gratitude, we acknowledge the abundance that surrounds us and recalibrate our focus from what we lack to what we possess. Gratitude has the transformative power to alter our emotional landscape. It challenges our tendency to focus on the negative, our problems, pains, and fears, and encourages us to notice the good. This shift doesn't just enhance our mood, it fundamentally changes how we interact with the world. When we come from a place of gratitude, we engage with others with more generosity and compassion. We also become more resilient, as gratitude strengthens us against the inevitable difficulties of life. Practicing gratitude can be simple, yet profound. One effective method is keeping a gratitude journal, where you regularly write down things for which you are thankful. These don't have to be grand. Even the most ordinary blessings, like a warm cup of coffee, a kind message from a friend, or the comfort of a stable home, can be sources of deep gratitude. Over time, this practice can help rewire the brain to be more attuned to the positive aspects of our lives, reducing stress and enhancing overall well-being. Moreover, gratitude links closely with the other principles of Zen wisdom, such as non-attachment and letting go. When we appreciate what we have, the desire for more diminishes, and we become more content with our current circumstances. This does not mean complacency, but a serene acceptance and enjoyment of the present moment, free from incessant craving and desire. Gratitude also deepens our relationships. When we express gratitude towards others, we not only make them feel valued and appreciated, but we also strengthen the bond between us. This expression of gratitude can create a positive feedback loop in relationships, enhancing mutual respect and love. In summary, embodying gratitude is not merely about saying thank you. It's a robust practice that transforms our perspective, enriches our interactions, and grounds us in the present moment. By adopting a grateful mindset, we open ourselves to a life characterized by deeper joy and serenity. Principle 11. Practicing self-compassion. As we delve deeper into the principles of Zen wisdom that guide us toward inner peace and contentment, the 11th principle, practicing self-compassion, emerges as a vital component of this journey. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness, concern, and support we would offer to a good friend when faced with difficult situations. This principle is crucial because the manner in which we treat ourselves dictates how resilient we can be in the face of life's challenges. Self-compassion is rooted in the understanding that suffering, failure, and imperfection are part of the shared human experience. Everyone goes through tough times. It is a universal aspect of human life. By recognizing this, we can foster a kinder and more empathetic attitude toward ourselves, rather than indulging in self-criticism and harshness. Self-compassion enables us to hold our feelings of inadequacy and disappointment with care and understanding, rather than judgment and negativity. The benefits of practicing self-compassion are profound. These don't have to be grand. Even the most ordinary blessings, like a warm cup of coffee, a kind message from a friend, or the comfort of a stable home, can be sources of deep gratitude. Over time, this practice can help rewire the brain to be more attuned to the positive aspects of our lives, reducing stress and enhancing overall well-being. Moreover, gratitude links closely with the other principles of Zen wisdom, such as non-attachment and letting go. When we appreciate what we have, the desire for more diminishes, and we become more content with our current circumstances. This does not mean complacency, but a serene acceptance and enjoyment of the present moment, free from incessant craving and desire. Gratitude also deepens our relationships. When we express gratitude towards others, we not only make them feel valued and appreciated, but we also strengthen the bond between us. This expression of gratitude can create a positive feedback loop in relationships, enhancing mutual respect and love. In summary, embodying gratitude is not merely about saying thank you. It's a robust practice that transforms our perspective, enriches our interactions, and grounds us in the present moment. By adopting a grateful mindset, we open ourselves to a life characterized by deeper joy and serenity. Principle 12, Finding Joy in Simplicity. As we continue to explore the transformative principles of Zen wisdom, the 12th principle invites us to discover the profound beauty and joy inherent in simplicity. This principle encourages us to peel back the layers of complexity that often cloud our daily lives and to reconnect with the simple yet deep pleasures that surround us. By embracing simplicity, we reduce the clutter, both physical and mental, that binds us, thus opening ourselves to a more mindful and joyous experience of life. Simplicity, in the Zen context, isn't about deprivation. Rather, it's about choosing to prioritize what truly matters and letting go of the superfluous. This choice frees us from the endless cycle of wanting and accumulating, which often leads to stress and dissatisfaction. Instead, by focusing on the essentials, we cultivate a sense of abundance in what we already have. This shift in perspective brings about a deeper appreciation for the small everyday moments, whether it's a quiet morning cup of tea, the laughter of a loved one, or the tranquil sight of nature. The joy that comes from simplicity is profound and sustainable. It does not depend on external circumstances or material possessions, but is rooted in the quality of our experiences. By simplifying our lives, we make room for more meaningful engagements. This could mean decluttering our physical spaces to create a more peaceful home environment, or streamlining our schedules to enjoy longer periods of uninterrupted time with family and friends. To integrate the principle of finding joy in simplicity into our lives, we can start by examining our daily routines and identifying areas where complexity may be overshadowing simplicity. Ask yourself what activities or commitments bring me genuine happiness and which ones feel like burdens. Can I simplify my commitments to focus more on what brings joy? Additionally, we can practice mindfulness to enhance our appreciation of simple pleasures. By being fully present, we engage more deeply with our environment and begin to find immense joy in simple experiences. In essence, finding joy in simplicity is about more than just enjoying the little things. It is a philosophical shift towards a less encumbered, more fulfilled life. It challenges us to rethink our values and find satisfaction not in accumulations and achievement, but in the richness of simple living. Principle 13, Nurturing Inner Stillness. In our exploration of Zen wisdom, we focus on nurturing inner stillness, a profound practice that serves as a gateway to peace and happiness. Inner stillness refers to a state of mental and emotional calmness, free from the constant chatter and distraction of everyday life. By cultivating this inner quietude, we access a deeper level of self-awareness and tranquility, allowing us to connect more fully with our true nature and the world around us. Nurturing inner stillness is essential in today's fast-paced, often chaotic world, where external stimuli and pressures can easily overwhelm our mental space. By developing a sanctuary of calm within, we equip ourselves to handle life's stresses with greater ease and clarity. This inner peace does not mean the absence of problems or emotions. Rather, it signifies a centeredness that allows us to face them without losing our balance. The practice of achieving inner stillness often involves meditation. Meditation helps us slow down our mind, recognize our thoughts and feelings without engagement, and gradually learn to quiet the internal noise. It teaches us to observe our mental processes without getting caught up in them, creating a space where calmness becomes the underlying state of our mind. In addition to meditation, we can nurture inner stillness through activities that connect us deeply with the present moment, such as yoga, deep breathing exercises, or simply spending time in nature. These practices help ground us in the now, steering our focus away from past regrets and future anxieties and toward a peaceful acceptance of the present. Moreover, nurturing inner stillness enhances our relationships with others by allowing us to interact from a place of calm and thoughtful presence. When we are centered, our communications are more considerate and clear, and our relationships become more meaningful and fulfilling. In summary, nurturing inner stillness is not merely a practice, but a way of life that opens the door to lasting peace and happiness. It invites us to step back from the superficial urgencies of daily life and to connect with a deeper, quieter part of ourselves. From this place of stillness, we can experience life more fully, respond to challenges with grace, and find joy in the simplest of moments. Conclusion. In summary, the journey through the 13 principles of Zen wisdom offers a transformative path towards achieving a deeper sense of peace and contentment in our lives. Each principle, from understanding impermanence to nurturing inner stillness, builds upon the next to form a comprehensive approach to living mindfully and compassionately. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we not only enhance our own well-being but also contribute positively to the world around us. Embrace these principles as guides in your journey towards serenity and happiness, and remember that each step, no matter how small, is a step towards a more peaceful life. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Zen wisdom, and may you find joy and tranquility on your path.